Greetings. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back and welcome here if it's your first time. And I'm John Dupuy. I'm the CEO of iAwake Technologies. And these beautiful people are a part of our team that creates these transformative tracks. And Vanessa down there has just completed 9 years with us. 9. So that's pretty awesome. She's like one of the original people. I think we've been going for a little over 10 years. So she was right there at the beginning. And thank you, Vanessa. It's awesome. And so today we're going to do something rather interesting. We have a collection of short tracks. I think the longest is like almost 6 minutes. No, there's one 8 minutes. Anyway, and there's 8 of them. There's 10 of them, but we're going to just do 4 from the iAwake mini meditations. And I haven't done this together like this yet. And we're going to do like 1 and 2, and then a couple of the other ones. But think of it as if you go to a gym, and so instead of just, using the curling machine, build up your biceps, you use several different machines to, hit more different parts of your body. So this is, we're going to be working with different brain waves from one to the other. And we have found that when you relax and get into it, then you can actually do stuff on your end to enhance your experience. And latest research has validated this, that if you just, when we start getting into meditation, just, set up and breathe, your body relax, your shoulders, your arms, your upper back. That's where I carry a lot of my stress, and just get there and prepare. And you're like plowing the field, so the seeds will go in and bear fruit, as it were. So we'll talk more about this once we get on the other end. But why don't we get rolling? And thank you if you're the first time, or you've been with us for a long time. We love you. Tell your friends and buddies about this, or your enemies, even better, right? Abraham Lincoln allegedly said, "You know how to destroy your enemies is make them your friends." Yeah. So let's make friends, all the friends we can, and open our minds and hearts and do this practice together. Okay, Vanessa, or Louis, whoever pulling the strings back then. Come on. how was that, folks? I think it was pretty interesting. I seriously can't remember doing at least a couple of those tracks before. So we're always pulling something out of the vaults, you know, that there. And I noticed there's a lot of activity and sound in those tracks, yet they surrounded me with some kind of structure that allowed very powerful stillness inside. So anyway, thank you for doing that. Yeah, you can also listen to those one at a time and loop them. There's many different ways, and as you continue to practice, your practice will inform you on different things and new things, or what you need to do and need to stick with. And today I was meditating before we meditated. I meditated in preparation for the meditation. This could be endless, right? But anyway, I was listening to Infinity, and those are two 1-hour tracks, are very powerful. Delta, theta, and delta. Then the last half hour they get you into not epsilon, what is it? Lambda. Yeah. Anyway, so I did 2 hours of that today, and a lot of things became clear, and I got a lot of insights. And I was listening to a conversation, a podcast with acquaintance and friend of mine called Thomas Hubel, and he is a Austrian-born spiritual teacher, and very powerful guy. But I think he's a good guy. You know, the burden of proof is on spiritual teachers, as far as I'm concerned. You know, to behave and to live up to the dignity of that calling, and not to disgrace it and hurt people. And I've been watching Thomas for a while, and he continues to impress me with his sincerity and his brilliance. And it's a really good teacher, Thomas Hubel. So one of the things, excuse me, he said in this podcast, when he was called, he did like about a 6-year retreat. He had, in his late 20s, I believe it was, and he had some money saved aside. I think it was in the forests of the Czech Republic or somewhere along that. And he just meditated a lot every day. And his wife at the time supported that. And he said one of the things that he also found in meditation is that not only do you achieve inner stillness, but it is a place of great insights and wisdom and learning and revelations, if you will. And that's important too. And maybe equally important, you know, because in traditional meditation, we've always focused on just shut up, right? And I'm still saying you should shut up, but in that stillness, there can be important information for you personally, or for others, for the greater cause, and it's up to us to figure it out, you know, with great humility, and in humility in that you just, it came to me in my meditation, therefore I must be right, and this is right and everything. Well, not necessarily. So you have to really, just like all information in the information age, everything has to be picked out. Okay, and see if it works. And if you start finding that these intuitions are generally correct, then you can start, trusting it more, with the proviso that you might be wrong, So there's always a certain humility there included. But I for years I was counseling and working with people online in the therapist role, although I'm not a therapist. I have a master's degree, but I'm not. Anyway, I'm just saying that for Pam, makes that clear. But I was in a counseling role, and I noticed when we get in that zone, because they've been meditating, I've been meditating. We're in that open, creative space that oftentimes I could see right into their souls and sense what was going on. I was saying, I go, that's a dream I had last night, and it would open a whole door. And for exploration. And when you get in touch with these powerful psychic, spiritual, emotional archetypes or symbols, both collective and individual, there's a lot of energy around it. And it's not just like a kind of a vapid intellectual idea, but it's charged with power and energy and you know, good stuff, you know, wisdom and love and compassion, forgiveness, understanding things from a higher level. And I'll share this one little thing that came out. And I'm kind of involved, not kind of, I'm involved with Steve McIntosh in this post-progressive kind of meta political thing that's going on, which is basically trying to understand the different parts of America, and you guys can extrapolate this to your own countries, that are just loggerheads, just battling and understanding the deep values that they represent and why they seem conflictual at a deeper level. They can actually become reinforcing, and the polarities can actually create positive transformational energy for change, for healing, for growth, instead of just the stuckness that we see now in the United States. And you know, one of the things that happens developmentally when you start from the earlier traditionalist viewpoint, if you're American, you say, well, God, you know, America's great. It's this celebratory, you know, experience of America and the founding fathers. And, you know, we fought the Nazis and, you know, we did all these good things and brought people from all over the world and gave them a chance and a beacon of hope in the world. Well, yeah, that's true. It is true. And there's stuff to be celebrated and honored in that. Then when you get through the more progressive thing, you start seeing, all the bad things. You know, look what we did to the native peoples. Look at slavery, you know, and all that stuff. And so you know, it's like, you see, you know, you see an American flag, and an American, you're just ashamed of it because you're so kind of waking up to all the negative aspects of it. So in my meditation, I was considering this, and then I took away the American boundaries, you know, the border, United States, you know, and Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico over there, and just said, well, what if we not just view United States with these kind of lenses, you know, all the great things that have happened, all the horrible things that have happened, blah, blah, blah. But what if we open up that to all of humanity? Have we done some really great, laudatory, amazing things as a species? Yeah, big time. And have we done some just awful, you know, just dreadful things as a species, you know? So, you know, if you do this, you kind of stop blaming the Germans for the Holocaust, and it's like, ugh, it's my Holocaust too. You know, we all share a part of this, and it opens it up. So where does that leave you? Well, it leaves you with a much more nuanced appreciation of your own country, but then again, the bigger picture. And about as good as I can come to at this point in evaluating the whole human picture is that we're a work in progress. Okay. Done some really amazing, miraculous, ingenious, compassionate, smart things. And we've done some bloody awful, horrible things. And both of those things are us. So therefore, given that, what do? Well, we recognize that we're the work in progress, moving to higher levels of morality. And, you know, we don't all get there at the same time, but there's some people that are pushing into these higher levels, which transcends the stuff that came before, but also includes it. Okay. So you get these higher levels, you know, you can still be an American and you can say, yeah, you see the flag and feel good and be a patriot. Okay. That's still included. You have to give that stuff up, but it's much more nuanced and you include everything. So you come into a mature relationship with your species, with our human family, or with the United States. Like, oh, this is who we are. And you accept all sides and you digest that. And you hold that in as awareness in your practice to do your bit as this little spark of infinity to make this work in progress progressively better. And that opens a future where there's more hope for our children, and there's more hope for birds and dogs and cats and trees and bananas and everything else on the planet, because we are finally getting our act together and opening not just to compassion, but to skillfulness and wisdom as we figure this thing out. So that's why it's important that we do the work that we do, and that we do work on ourselves, and that we do adopt a transformational approach to our lives. Okay, that we're working, we're no matter what level, no matter what age, where we're at. It's okay. I'm gonna do better, and this is how I'm gonna have to do it. And I don't care if I'm lazy. I'll stop being lazy. I'll work on it. If I'm this, I'll just get over it, and defeat that particular dragon that's standing in my way. And in that struggle, we get stronger, we get better, and we get more compassionate, and it opens our hearts to others and all beings in a way that, dare I say, that is holy, that is sacred. I think so. So I think that's, anyway, thank you, everyone. Blessings. God bless. Keep it up. Love you.